change the party order here. There we go. Whoa! Rabbit room. Ow. Was a trap. I called that right. Anything up here? Garbage. Nope. Alright, what's here then? Rover nest. It's probably where they were camping out. The ones that jumped me inside the building, that is. Sneaky little varmints. Charges in the melee. Just gotta keep dropping stuff. I stabbed him. That'll learn ya. Just a skull. Some coins, some dried herbs, and a healing pod. Man, I'm collecting a lot of herbs. This is Herb Island. For saltweed too. I guess that was worth it. Who are you? Vendrin, lone soldier patrolling the road along this coast. He's not young, he looks to be well into his 30s, with many years wandering in these swamps. It's doubtless risky being out here by oneself, but he seems ready to handle it. He has a sword in one hand and a baton in the other, a passionate desire to unleash instant extreme violence on anything that looks out of place. Torchy regards you as a friend, not a foe. Well met, Shaper, he says. I'm Vendrin, just finishing my patrol and heading back to San Roo. You heading that way? Yep. Good, it's a real mess down there. Maybe you can help get it straightened out. Hard to see how it could get worse. Get to San Roo, just keep going... just keep following the coast to the south. Don't get too far from the water, though. Not unless you want to fight some monsters. Maybe you do, who knows? Careful, the roamers are crafty. All sorts of tricks they can use to get you off the road. There's a mess in San Roo? Oh, I'm not getting involved in any of that. I'm not on the Shaper side. I'm not on the Lankin's side. I'm on the side of clearing Harmony Isle of the Beasts. Our little squabble is just a distraction from the real business. But that's all I had to say. I need to head back to San Rue. Good luck to you. Maybe I'll see you down there. You're moderately well-equipped and skilled. Certainly more healthy than me. Not as healthy as Krog. Subs turns to talk to you. There's clearly something on our mind. Shaper, can we talk for a moment? There is something I think you should know. What? Make sure there is no misunderstanding about my leaving the school. I want you to know that I was not incompetent. There was no failure on my part. What happened was that I was concerned about the serviles. I had spent a little time around their kind before I arrived at the school. Once there, I was horrified. To realize that they are intelligent, thinking, feeling creatures, but they had to do whatever Shaper said, no matter what. I did not think it was right. I said so. This worried the teachers very much, so I was out. Anyway, I do not want you to doubt my skill, but I also want you to know that my views on this issue have not changed. Perhaps we ask too much of the serviles. Careful, Shaper. If any of your superiors hear you say that, you will be a Shaper no longer. The power of such words is, I suppose, so great that even saying them must not be tolerated. But that makes me think about what has been worrying me more than anything. What is it? I decided to travel with you. This is a time of crisis, and people with skills need to band together and fight against forces that would wreak havoc and kill innocents. Because of that, I'm taking a risk. I'm trusting you. It is clear that someone else, some other force, is trying to recruit you. Your words in the past make me feel like you are not yet completely succumbed to the Shaper worldview. I was wondering if you feel you can be open-minded in the future, and if you'll be able to react to any changes that come to the world by doing what is just, not what you've been told to do. I haven't had much time to think about philosophy, what with all the people trying to kill me. I sympathize, but I've been thinking about my beliefs lately. I hope you will too. I suspect in the future it will not be enough to fight and kill. It's not just our strength of arms that will be tested, but it's the strength of our beliefs. So I wanted to say, Shaper, thank you for your time. The plot progresses. Okay, that's the southern marsh. Oh, that is the way we have to go. Okay. Road ahead leads through a large, wet expanse of grassland, lined by trees. It will be far easier to travel through here than the gooey marshes to the north. At least the ground will be easy to walk over. You could see that the roads that afflict the island have managed to reach this far south. You frequently catch glimpses of roamers in the grassland ahead. You suspect that they've seen you too. You frequently hear suspicious rustles and snaps in the grass on either side of the road. You soon start to suspect you are being stalked. As you look around, you see someone is approaching you. A lone human figure was walking along the road towards you. He wears a Shaper robe, and he seems completely unconcerned about the roads surrounding him. Road roamer watches you warily. Master Hodge. Shaper boldly walks up to you, completely unconcerned with the rogues all around. That fact alone gives you plenty of reason to be concerned. Then you see who it is. It's no stranger. It's Master Hodge. He was one of the Shapers who taught you at the school, and apparently the only one who did not sacrifice his or her life protecting the students from the attack. So it's about 20 feet from you. It says, "Well met, student. See that you are continuing your travels and exploring these chaotic and besieged islands. Before you continue, however, I felt that I must speak with you." Why? So I'm working for Latalia now. She sent me here to finish the work of seeding this island with rogues, but she also asked me to speak with you, should I have the fortune to meet you, which I did. Who is she and where did she come from? Met her briefly already. Yeah, she was kind of a jerk. She's a Shaper who spoke with you outside this wreckage of that pitiful little school. She's a great woman. She has great ideas, and you will find one day she is no longer on as you will find one day. She is no longer on this island. She left me to finish the work of creating the rogues, to speak with you and deliver her message, which I can do now. You are creating rogues? Why? Why, to wreak havoc, cause damage. We can control the shapers over this island. Isn't it obvious? We are succeeding, too. So you are a servant? You goad Master Hodge slightly, trying to irritate him. You succeed to a frightening extent. Your question infuriates him. Seems about to attack you, then, with effort, calms down. Takes a few deep breaths, and you notice something strange. His eyes glow slightly, and the muscles of his face seem to be moving under his skin. He's changed about him. He seems to be altered in some way. The changes are subtle, but definitely there. Not. He finally says, not servant, partner. Best remember that, little one. Partner. At that little backorder school where I was stranded, I was a servant. No longer. Okay, what's her message then? The rebellion going on on this island. Outsiders have realized that the leadership of the Shapers was doing nothing for them. They struck out on their own. Their behavior is to be encouraged. Do not simply believe the propaganda you will be told about the rebels. Go to meet them. Meet their leader, Landkin. He will ask for your help. You should give it to him. If you help Landkin, we will reward you greatly when we contact you in the future. If you help the Shapers, you will harm our cause. We will be dangerous enemies for you. Hodge smiles. That's all. Now I must go. I have more work to do before I leave the island. Anything else? Anything I should know before I leave? I'm not really given many options here. Oh. Go away, I hate you. Or, go away, I hate you. Or, sure, I'll do what you say. Whatever. 2. That is a wise route. Careful and open-minded, and therefore very unlike a shaper. I think you will find Landcon to be surprisingly convincing. We can use your help. His rebels are at the northeast corner of the island. Now I will go. We will meet again, unless you are killed, of course. Goodbye. Yeah, I couldn't kill him now, even if I tried. You can watch me warily all you want. I'll be back to kill all of you. Are you kidding me? Swamp shrub. Swamp shrub. No! 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 I don't trust bushes. I know better. Let's see if I can just get the Sanru without using any of my essence pods. That's what I would like to do. Look, you guys, you're trying to start something. Go away. Sanru? There we go. I'll clear out that place afterwards. Village of Sanru, the largest and only town on Harmony Isle. It's a group of damp, moldy wooden buildings huddled together for warmth. The people here wear thick clothes, heavy boots, just a thing for these swampy lands. Unlike the other towns you've visited, the people here don't regard the appearance of a shaper with anything unusual. You soon realize why. There are clear signs that a shaper already lives here. The perimeters of the town are watched by turrets, powerful varieties. They have smooth, shiny skin. Must have been recently created. There are also creation tracks everywhere, heavy varieties like battle alphas and glocks. Sanru is clearly well defended. None of the rogues you've seen are capable of assaulting a town with these sorts of defenses. However, you don't see any signs of preparations to retake the island from the rogues. Perhaps the Shaper in charge can explain more of what is happening. Submission turrets. Ooh. Let's not get on this guy's bad side, if at all possible. Hey, I need to sell you these, and these, and these, I guess. Ooh, perfect Fiora scale, ruined ruby. More enchanting things, I suppose. Glock. Please do not feed or taunt the creations. Battle Alpha. You're the only stone building in Sanru. This is obviously a shaping hall. This is where the Shaper, Master of Sanru, does his work, creating the creatures that serve and defend the small village. There are 3 large creations standing by the west wall, waiting. They watch you with dull eyes as you walk by. They must be waiting to be called out in case of an attack. The smell of essence is heavy. You can feel the magic in the air on your skin. You haven't felt this safe or comfortable since you left the school. Noral Dewanya. Like most villages, Sanru was sent a Shaper to run things, to make creations to help protect the town. You approach the Shaper Master of Sanru. You can't help but be shocked by his appearance. He's a young man, only a few years older than you, though clearly more skilled. Training counts for a lot. However, he looks exhausted. He was not properly prepared for the assault on this island, and he knows it. The strain is wearing him down. He seems very happy to meet another of his kind. Ah, at last. Another Shaper to keep me company, to share my burden. At this point, even an apprentice is most welcome. I'm Dewanya, Master Shaper of Sanru, and truly, you have come at the worst of times. Approach. Let me tell you what's been happening. Okay. Waves his hand. Well, you came from Greenwood Isle, from what I hear, so you know most of it. We have the same problem, rogues. Many of them. From out of nowhere. Like on Greenwood, our rogues came from the north. Of course I wasn't prepared for this. Nobody was, but especially not me. This is my first posting as a Shaper Master. They sent me here because it was supposed to be undemanding. But I have managed to secure the town and the southern extent of the island and the docks. I told everyone to retreat to safety, and that should have been enough until reinforcements came. What happened then? Then fog spits angrily into a pot by a seat. Then land can happen. He's the leader of the gatherers, the outsiders who hunt the swamps for herbs and the like. He styles himself as his leader. He didn't want to wait with the gatherers in their encampment. Feeding him and keeping him safe wasn't enough. He wanted to get back to work. Running around in the mud looking for fungus. He came to me. He insisted I call up some sort of army to clear the island. Demanded of me. Of course I refused. His whispers, I would like to know why he refused to help the outsiders. Why? Looks annoyed. He snaps. Oh, don't tell me you're like the rest of these fools, thinking we Shapers are gods bearing unlimited power, thinking I could just wave my hand and solve everything forever. I like this guy. I'm young, I am not at my full power, I admit it. If I created the sort of force they demand, I would not be able to control it. I would be making rogues, not defeating them. You know the laws as well as I. It's one of our firmest rules. Create only what you can control, otherwise you just make problems worse. Doesn't look like she's entirely satisfied with the explanation, but she chooses to remain silent. Well, Greta can kinda hush. What happened when you refused? Lenkin is gatherer of this outsider. He struck me. He dared lay a hand on me. I do not need to tell you that much of our power lies not in our magic, but in our aura of authority, and the respect which we maintain. If I let this go without a response, how could I continue to command here in this time of crisis? So I ordered him arrested. I do not know what punishment I would have decided on, but something was definitely called for.